cybersecurity questions. You're listening to a Faster PC live technical support. If you're watching this on our live stream, you're actually watching a Faster PC live technical support. We are heard every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour. We're streaming live to Facebook and YouTube, also broadcasting live on WPSL Port St. Lucie. And if you're out there, you want to actually take part in this, you want to actually watch the live stream, or maybe you're just listening on the radio. I listen on the radio, and sometimes I say, what did he say? What was that? You get distracted because you know what? You might be driving down the road, and it's important to pay attention when you're driving down the road. And sometimes your attention gets a little bit distracted. You get a little bit distracted, or maybe you just start thinking about something else, and then you hear something, you say, what was that? I want to actually go back and watch that again. You can actually do that. So you go to our website at fasterpc.com. At the very top of the page, there's a red button that says live technical support. It's right in the middle of the page at the top. And on the left hand side, there's various ways that you can schedule live technical support. On the right hand side, there's ways that you can listen to and watch a Faster PC live technical support. So head over to our website and you'll be able to see that. We do have a lot lined up for you today. We're going to be going over how to watch the college football playoffs without cable TV. We also will continue and probably wrap up our computer buying guide today. And in addition to that, we'll be going over the latest and biggest cybersecurity threats so that you can see these, so that you can protect yourself. And really, whether you have a business or you're just a personal computer user, it's important to protect your computers. Some people think, well, it's not a big deal. What's the big deal? I've never had any problems. But you know what? There are a lot of people that are having problems. Every week we're cleaning up problems on people's computers. And we don't want to, you to be one of those. We would rather you actually take proactive measures. You know what? If you do have a cyber breach, remember that a Faster PC can help you out. But you know what? We would rather you take proactive measures so that you can protect yourself, so that you can be protected and not have to fall for some of those threats. So anyway, what we're going to do, we're going to jump right in. In fact, let me make sure we get our TV on, and I'll get ready to actually show you a Roku device. And we'll talk about here a little bit how you can actually watch college football without cable TV. And this is not just any college football. This is the college football championship. So we have gone over in recent weeks how to watch actually Christmas movies. 3 weeks ago, we went over that a little bit. And then also last week, we did an extended session. So it wasn't on the radio, but it was broadcast out to our stream. Our stream continued after the radio show was over, and we went over again a little bit more thoroughly how to watch Christmas movies. So if you missed that, you can actually watch last week's show, or I believe it was 3 weeks ago that we first started going over that as well. So one of the things that we did want to just go over here, though, is again how to watch the college football championship games and how to watch the college football playoffs. And there's an expanded level of playoffs, more teams involved, so you can actually be out there, you can watch this, you can see what's going on, and you can take part in this. Well, if you have cable TV, well, here's the thing. A lot of these games are broadcast on ESPN. A few of them will be broadcast on ABC. Now, the ones on ABC, you'll be able to watch those with an over-the-air digital antenna. So if you have an over-the-air digital antenna, you can watch these. If you don't, you can go out and actually get an over-the-air digital antenna, and you'll be able to actually watch these games, or the games that are on ABC, which really there's only one more left, I believe. That is on. Let me just double check this real quick here. Yeah, it looks like most of the rest of them, there are 2 games today that will be on TNT. And TNT, by the way, there's really no way to get that without a subscription. You can have, if you have it on cable TV, you've got it. Otherwise, you can go with a cable TV substitute package, such as Sling, such as Google or YouTube TV. You can also watch. There's Fubo. There's also Hulu plus Live TV, DirecTV Stream. So these are ways you could actually sign up. They all have trials as well. If you were really interested in one of those games, most of the games will be on ESPN though, and ESPN has done something very interesting with their lineup recently. Last year, and in fact earlier in the year, when we talked about ESPN, every time we've talked about ESPN, we've talked about you can get ESPN Plus for about, you can get it for about $12 a month. Well, you could do that at that time. That was something that you could do. Now they have totally revamped things, and ESPN Plus used to include ESPN, ESPN2 plus exclusive content that was only on ESPN Plus. Well, they have revamped things, and now they have an ESPN, I believe they call it the Essentials. And really all it includes, though, it doesn't include ESPN. It's really, let me see, they actually call it ESPN Select. It does not include the primary ESPN channels. It does not include the NFL games. It does include select college football games. Not all of them, but select college football games. It does not include WWE. It does include, there's a few other things. It does not include the NBA games or WNBA games. It does include the LALIGA, the Bangladesh, that's a big word, the NWSL, and more. It does include men and women's CBB. It does include the NHL. That is actually $12.99 a month. But again, it doesn't include a lot of what ESPN Plus used to include. So to get what they call now ESPN Unlimited, which has everything that ESPN has to offer, that is now $29.99 a month. It's pretty pricey, but they do claim to have 12 different channels, and this includes the CFB, including the ACC, Big 12, SEC, and CFP on ABC and ESPN. So you really get all of the college football. You get WWE, you get LALIGA, NWSL, NBA, WNBA, men's and women's CBB, NHL, SportsCenter, Game Day, First Take, and more. There's a lot of ESPN originals, 30 for 30, E60s, and they do have another bundle where they're offering you the ESPN Unlimited plus Disney Plus plus Hulu for the first year, $29.99 a month. Now, after that first year, you will pay the full price if you continue with that service, and the full price is between $36 a month and $44 a month, depending on whether you get the premium plans that don't have a lot of commercials, or you get the lower price plan that does have commercials. But when we were talking about movies, Christmas movies, a lot of them are now owned by Disney. Disney owns ESPN. And so if you were interested in those Christmas movies and you went with that bundle, you could get that. No trial for ESPN. However, you can get ESPN also if you have a subscription to Hulu plus Live TV, if you have a subscription to YouTube TV, if you have a subscription to any of the other Sling, Fubo, DirecTV Stream, any of those others. And let me switch over to my Roku device just to show you how you would actually go about And I don't believe I have. Okay, so I do have ESPN on here. So if you didn't have ESPN on here, you could search for ESPN, you could install it. And so ESPN is on my Roku. I don't actually have an account with them. But if I did have an account with them, here's some of the things that we can watch. College Game Day, here and again, there's a lot of content here. But let's just say we wanted to click on this College Game Day. So we click on this and we click Watch Live. Now, let me see, because again, I'm not logged in, so it's probably going to come up. You know what? Actually, some of this is going to let you watch it for free because I don't have a subscription, and I haven't signed up with anything. So this is something where certain parts of this you can actually watch, and you see there on the screen them talking about the games that are coming up, and you'll be able to actually watch some of this actually completely free. Again, however, if you want to watch the college football games, you are going to have a subscription of some sort. And ESPN really has cornered the market, and they have raised their prices. But again, if you're into Disney, if you're into Hulu, and I don't believe that's the Hulu plus live TV, that's the Hulu with archive. But if you're into that, you want to watch that, might be a good deal to go with. But if you need any help with streaming, and in fact, if you're actually wondering how you can get this all connected, how you can get it working in your system, you need a faster PC. Give us a call, 772-878-5978, and we can actually help you get this set up. Our website also is afasterpc.com. You're listening to a Faster PC radio here, heard every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour right here on this station and stream live to our Facebook page. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back, ready to answer your computer questions. So you know what? If you have questions, well, we can't answer them unless you ask them. Our number, if you want to have your computer questions answered, is 772-340-5090, 772-340-5090. Also, you can type your questions into the comment section of our live Facebook video that's happening right now over at Facebook. You can go there, search for a Faster PC. We have almost 23,000 likes, or you just go to our website, afasterpc.com, click on the link to listen to a Faster PC radio. We're here. We're ready to answer your computer questions, and we'll be right back to do that. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC. Hackers are constantly looking for ways to break into your computer and network to access your data and hold it hostage. Think this can't happen to you? Think again. Hackers regularly target small businesses. A Faster PC has produced a cybersecurity crisis report that goes over urgent and critical protections every small business must have in place now to protect their bank accounts, client data, confidential information, and reputation from the tsunami of cybercrime. To access this report, give us a call at 772-878-5978 or download the report today at www.fastpc.com. That's www.afasterpc.com. Cybersecurity problems?
You need a Faster PC.
A Faster PC is located at 7190 South US 1 in Port St. Lucie, next to Dollar General.
To access this report, give us a call at 772-878-5978 or download the report today at afasterpc.com.
You need a Faster PC.
772-878-5978. Microsoft's end of support for Windows 10 is here, and if you continue to use Windows 10, your computer will be increasingly susceptible to security vulnerabilities. A Faster PC can upgrade most computers to Windows 11, even if Microsoft has told you that your computer doesn't support Windows 11. And we can even do so remotely without you needing to leave your work or home. Don't be a sitting duck for hackers. Let a Faster PC upgrade your computer today. Computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
When you need to protect your computer from hackers,
you need a Faster PC.
A Faster PC is located at 7190 South US 1 in Port St. Lucie, next to Dollar General.
And on the web at
www.fastpc.com.
That's www.afasterpc.com. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
www.afasterpc.com. 772-878-5978. Welcome back to A Faster PC Radio. I know you've been waiting, a whole few minutes for the next segment of today's show. If you've been waiting to give us a call so that you can get your computer question answered, well, now's a great time to give us a call. Give us a call. The number here at the studio is 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590. Of course, if you're a little bit shy, maybe you don't want to call and be on the radio. This is your opportunity, by the way, if you do want to be on the radio. But if you're a little bit shy, maybe you don't want to be on the radio, you don't want people to hear what you say, then you can actually head over to our Facebook video. It's a live Facebook video going on right now. You can head over there. Just go to www.afasterpc.com. Click on the link to listen to A Faster PC Radio. That'll take you to our Facebook page, or you can go to Facebook, search for A Faster PC. You'll find our page. We have between 22 and 23,000 likes. You'll be able to actually get over there, scroll down on the page a little bit. You'll see the live video, and you can type your question into the comment section. Now, your question doesn't have to be on what we've been talking about. It can be on any topic as long as it's computer related. So head over there and you can be on the show, or just give us a call, 772-340-1590. We did also want to remind you that we have technicians standing by, ready to resolve computer problems. Our number in the shop is 772-878-5978, and we are located at 7190 South US 1 in Port St. Lucie. Again, the number is 772-878-5978. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
Yes, you do. And we are back ready to answer your computer, technical, streaming, and cybersecurity questions. If you do have any of those questions, give us a call, 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590. You can also type your questions into the comment section of the live videos that are going on right now at YouTube and Facebook. We have the links to both of those on our website, A Faster PC. Just click at the very top of the page, click the red button that says Live Technical Support. Scroll down on the right-hand side of the page. There's various ways to listen to and watch A Faster PC Live Technical Support, including the Facebook page and YouTube channel. And you can get over there, you can watch this show, and you can also type your questions that way as well. You know what? If you are shy and you just don't want to do that, but you want to call in, I'm sure Ray could probably take down a note and text me over that question as well. So we can actually go over that. We'll actually help you with that. Now, one of the things we have been doing in the last few weeks is we have been going over a computer buyer's guide. So, okay, so Ray's saying my audio is popping at times. I'm going to turn down the volume on my mic just a little bit, see if that helps. Hopefully it does help. If not, Ray, let me know, please, and I will. I'll see if I can make some adjustments over here. So, but one of the things that we have been doing is going over a PC buyer's guide, and we went over, and this is going back even into November before Thanksgiving. Went over the one computer brand that I probably will never purchase again because of bad customer service when I had problems, and really when some of our customers had problems with their computers as well. And then we actually did an overview of the various things you should look for in a new computer. And why are we doing this? We're doing this because we want you to buy a computer that is actually faster and better than the one you already have. So make sure that you go ahead and do that and take a look at that. So one of the things that we do want to actually go over, we did go over CPU. We have people that buy computers and, they say, well, why is this computer so slow? We even had one customer recently. We told her computer was slow when she bought it. And yet she didn't want to return it. She just wanted to keep it because, it was the price that she wanted to pay, and she wanted a new computer. And, sometimes people buy new computers that are literally slower than the ones they're replacing. And you don't want to do that. You never want to buy a new computer that's slower than the one that you're replacing. But you know what? If you do buy a computer that's slower than the one you're replacing, well, when you find out, send it back or take it back and get one and watch some of our videos to actually learn how to buy a computer that's faster. So we went over CPU, we went over RAM, how much RAM you should have. We went over drive, looking at the drives that you should have on your computer. What type of drive? How much storage space? We have one customer that actually bought a computer that was fast, but it had only a 60 gigabyte drive. So what he was looking at was just the operating system. He was out of space. The operating system and a few programs, he was out of space. He couldn't store any files. He was constantly running out of space. And we ended up actually putting his data back on an older, slower computer. The computer was faster, but the drive was smaller, too small, way small. And really, we had to actually help him out with that and get him back to an older computer. And so really, he had this newer, faster computer that was totally useless because he bought a computer that was so slow. Now, some other things to think about when you buy a computer. If your computer, well, one thing is that if you're buying a laptop today, you're not going to get a DVD drive in it. So if you want a DVD drive, in fact, even a lot of desktop computers no longer have DVD drives. A lot of all-in-one computers no longer have DVD drives. So what do you do? Well, if you want to have a DVD drive, then what you can do is you can actually buy an external USB DVD drive, and you just plug it in when you need it. And you can still use your DVDs if you have audio CDs or you have movies or you have programs that are still on DVD. Really, most programs today are downloadable. You download the program. Even Microsoft Office, you actually have a key. That key really is attached to your Microsoft account, or you're purchasing Microsoft 365, which is attached to your Microsoft account, and that's a subscription, and you get it based on that subscription. You download it and you install it, and that's all downloadable. So you have that to go over. In addition to that, some other things that you want to think about is Ethernet ports. If you are buying a laptop in today's market, unless you are spending a lot of money, you probably are not going to get an Ethernet port. And so what does that mean? Well, that means that if you want to connect directly to a modem or router, then you're going to have to use a USB Ethernet. Now, you can still get laptops with Ethernet ports, but most of those are on the pricey side. Most of the time and I've looked because I bought a new computer last year, and when I bought this new computer, and I bought it because I was having problems with my other computer that was from another brand. And again, you can watch the video that we have on that to see what that is and the problems that we detail in that. But one of the things that I researched and I found is that my computer was not going to have an Ethernet port unless I spent like $2,000 to $3,000. I didn't want to spend $2,000 to $3,000 on a computer, and really the $2,000 to $3,000 computers weren't any faster than the computer that I bought. They just were more expensive, but they did have some really some of them were built maybe stronger and tougher for business, but also they did have Ethernet ports in them. So unless you're going to spend a lot of money, you're probably not getting an Ethernet port, but you can get a USB adapter. I have a USB adapter. I plug it in if I need to connect. And sometimes as an IT technician, sometimes I do need to connect that way. If I do need to connect that way, I go ahead and plug it in. Everything Everything's working good there, and I'm able to get access to that. Now, a lot of the computers there, you're looking at USB ports. You're going to have different types of USB ports today. It used to be that you had all USB-A. So USB-A is the typical traditional USB port, and all of your ports were USB-A at one point, but now a lot of computers are coming with one or two, maybe even more USB-C ports. So these are smaller. Your cell phone, if you have a newer cell phone, your cell phone might have a USB-C charging port on the phone, and a lot of the computers are coming with USB-C ports. Now, not everything uses USB-C. So if you have a USB-C port and you're out of USB-A ports, there are adapters that will adapt from USB-C to USB-A. Now, there are some advantages to USB-C. It is faster, and also it's smaller. So really in the future, you'll be able to have maybe more ports, or maybe they'll just be able to reduce the space and the size of the motherboard and the other types of components that are in the system, and use USB-C instead of USB-A. But that's kind of in the future, because a lot of things don't use USB-C yet. I actually am connected right now to a Focusrite USB soundboard, and it does have USB-C, and it's interesting, the cable that came with it is USB-A to USB-C, and I'm actually connecting it to a USB-C port right now, and I do have also two USB-A ports on my laptop. The next thing to think about is wireless. If your computer has wireless, you want to know what type of wireless it is, and what version of wireless it is. So there's wireless 6 that really you want your computer, if it has wireless, you want it to at least have wireless 6. And wireless 6 is faster and more capable than the previous wireless, which would be wireless 5. I have seen a few computers that actually do have wireless 7, and that's very new. Not a lot of routers or devices support wireless 7, but wireless 7 actually has a new 6 gigahertz network. We'll talk more in depth about wireless 7 as it gets more as it really comes more into play. And some of the devices that we actually have used, and in fact, we have a Ubiquiti antenna that we've installed in some of our customers' locations, really can do a great job at providing wireless access to systems. We actually have a Ubiquiti antenna in our shop that we haven't installed yet that does have wireless 7. But wireless 7 again has this new 6 gigahertz bandwidth. Wireless 4, wireless 5, wireless 6, they all have 2.4 and 5G. Now, I can tell you that even if your computer does have wireless 5, if your modem or router has wireless 6, it will make a big difference in the performance that you experience on your computer, in your computer system. So this is something to look for and to check out. So you really want to have wireless 6, at least wireless 6. Now there's lettering numbers or lettering for the various versions of wireless, and sometimes you'll see this as opposed to wireless 5, wireless 6, and wireless 7. And the lettering for wireless 5 is AC. So if you see that you're buying a computer and it has wireless AC, that is actually wireless 5. If you see AX, then AX is wireless 6. And again, I've only seen wireless 7 on a few computers out there, but I have seen it this year in the computer, this is kind of the computer buying season. A lot of people buy computers around this time because, hey, you know what? They have money and they want to give gifts and so on and so forth. Again, you want to make sure that you're buying a computer though that's adequate. We have, and I'll just briefly go through an overview of what we have talked about on this show on computer buying. So again, we talked about computer brand. We talked also about computer, the type of computer where you're getting, whether you're looking at a desktop, a laptop, an all-in-one, some of the benefits, advantages, and disadvantages of each of those. We also talked about the operating systems, whether you're getting a Windows operating system, a Mac operating system, or a Chrome operating system, and the differences between those. And really, you want to know the differences before you actually go out and buy a computer so that you don't buy something and then realize, you know what, this was a great price, or maybe you spent too much money or spent more money than you wanted to spend and you thought the person was going to love it and you find out they hate it because it's so different from what they're used to. So you want to really check that out. We also looked at the CPU. The CPU does mathematical calculations. It's very important to make sure that you're actually doing the proper mathematical calculations as quickly as possible, that the processor's not just a very slow processor. So actually what you want to do is take a look at that and make sure that you have a fast processor that actually is performing well there. And then we talked about the RAM. 8 gigabytes would be the bare minimum. 16 gigabytes would be better. Most people, 16 gigabytes is fine for them. I have 64. Probably you don't need 64. You probably don't need 32, but 16 is good. And then we talked about the drive, making sure you have enough drive space. And again, today we've talked about DVD drives, Ethernet ports, and wireless, making sure you have all that. If you need help with any of this, you need a faster PC. Our number is 772-878-5978, 772-878-5978, and our website is afasterpc.com.
You're listening to a Faster PC radio heard on this station every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back for the final segment of today's show. Listen, if you want to get your computer questions answered and you haven't called in, now's your opportunity. In fact, this is your last opportunity coming up. 772-340-1590. 772-340-1590. You can also head over to our Facebook page. And you can actually, from the Facebook page, you can type your computer questions into the comment section of the live video, and we'll cover them on today's show. But you know what? You've got to get over there right now or give us a call, 772-340-1590, so we can answer your computer questions. Computer problems? You need a faster PC.
The one thing we hate to hear after someone's hard drive dies is, I was just about to make a backup. Just about is not good enough. At a faster PC, we can recover data from failing hard drives, but not all the time. And we can't recover your data if it's stolen or destroyed by fire, unless you have a backup. We can't recover your data if it's encrypted with ransomware unless you have a backup. A faster PC can protect your data from loss by hard drive failure, fire, theft, sabotage, and ransomware. Don't wait until it's too late.
You need a faster PC.
When your data is important,
You need a faster PC.
A Faster PC is located at 7190 South US 1 in Port St. Lucie, next to Dollar General.
and on the web at
www.fasterpc.com.
that's www.afasterpc.com. When you can't lose your data,
Don't you know by now you need a faster PC?
give us a call today at 772-878-5978. It's that time of year again. No, Cliff. The time when we remember and celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. This Christmas season, don't let hackers crack crash your holidays. While you're wrapping gifts, cyber criminals are unwrapping your network. December is when most let down their guard. Updates get skipped, passwords get shared, and one careless click can ruin your holidays. That's why we're offering a free network security assessment, a quick, no obligation audit to reveal hidden risks before the new year. To get your free cybersecurity audit, visit
www.fastpc.com/radio
offer. That's fasterpc.com/radio offer. Or call a Faster PC today at 772-878-5978. Again, that's 772-878-5978. Cybersecurity problems?
You need a faster PC.
Welcome back to a Faster PC Radio. This is the last segment of today's show. We'd love to answer your computer questions, but if you don't call, we can't answer. Give us a call. The number to have your computer question answered is 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590, or you can hop on over to our Facebook page, A Faster PC, and actually from there, you can type your question into the comment section. So again, just a few more minutes to answer your questions. We did want to remind you also that not only can you ask your questions at the Facebook page or by calling 772-340-1590, but you can also watch the video as well. So some of the questions that I'm answering, as I answer those questions, I'll be able actually to show you the steps that you go through to resolve computer problems. And if you're not where you can watch it right now, that's fine. You can watch it at your convenience shortly after the show's over. It'll be up there on our Facebook page. You can get there one of two ways. Either go to our website of fasterpc.com. We have a link that says listen to a Faster PC Radio. If you click on that, it'll take you to our Facebook page, or go to Facebook and search for a Faster PC. We also wanted to remind you that in the shop, we have technicians standing by today to work on computers and resolve computer problems. We're at 7190 South US 1, and our number in the office is 772-878-5978. And of course, we're here to answer your questions. Well, your computer questions, and we could answer other questions, but we're here specifically to answer computer questions. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
Yes, you do. And we are back ready to answer your computer, technical, streaming, and cybersecurity questions. You're listening to a Faster PC live technical support. We are here in the 10 o'clock hour every Saturday on WPSL. Also streaming live over to our Facebook and Facebook page and our YouTube channel. You can head over there. You can watch the show in its entirety. If you miss any part of this or just want to watch a certain portion, or you hear us talking about a previous segment, a lot of the videos we actually break out into other smaller videos that you can watch, and even we have some shorts up there which have little snippets. So you can get the links to all those at our website. The red button, Live Technical Support, is how you get there. And on the right-hand side, you'll see the actual links to actually various ways you can listen to and watch a Faster PC live technical support. But right now, we're going to go over cybersecurity threats, the biggest cybersecurity threats. And there's a lot to go over. I had to actually weed out some of them. There's a lot to go over this week. Your computer might be compromised before Windows even loads. Hackers are exploiting Microsoft 365 without stealing passwords. And nearly 6 million Americans just had their Social Security numbers stolen through their car dealership. This is your cyber threat rundown for this week. And these threats aren't just headlines. They could be targeting your business or personal computer right now. I'm Brian Longworth, host of a Faster PC live technical support. I'm here to break down this week's biggest cyber security threats in plain English, no technical jargon, just what you need to know to protect your business and personal devices. And stick around, because I'll reveal at the end which of these threats is actively being exploited right now. So let's just start with something that sounds like science fiction, but is very real. Hackers attacking your computer before it even boots. Multiple motherboard manufacturers, including ASUS, Gigabyte, MSI, and ASRock. These are some of the biggest manufacturers of motherboards. Motherboard is, by the way, the main board on the computer. Everything plugs into it, the CPU, the RAM, the network card, the USB ports, it's all either there or plugs into it. And this is really big. These are big manufacturers. They're affected by a flaw that allows attackers to bypass early boot memory protection. Think of it this way. Your computer has a security guard that's supposed to check everyone at the door, but researchers discovered this guard isn't actually checking badges during the critical first moments when your computer turns on. But here's what's interesting. This vulnerability requires physical access to exploit. So this isn't something that's happening that'll happen remotely over the internet. But, and this is important, if you're a business owner and you have IT staff, contractors, or anyone with physical access to your computers, you need to know about this. Here's what you need to do. Check if your motherboard is from ASUS, Gigabyte, MSI, or ASRock. All 4 companies have released BIOS updates. Your IT person needs to update your computer's firmware. If you don't have an IT person, well, that's what exactly we do here at a Faster PC. We can actually handle these technical updates and actually make sure, and we're alerting you to this, so we know about this. Firmware hacks aren't the only invisible threat, though. Coming up, I'll show you how hackers are hijacking Microsoft 365 accounts without stealing a single password. So, all right, here's a scary one. You get a strong password. You've got multi-factor authentications, and hackers still get into your Microsoft 365 account. How? Multiple threat actors are compromising Microsoft 365 accounts in phishing attacks that leverage the OAuth device code authorization mechanism, allowing attackers to trick victims into granting access without stealing credentials or bypassing multi-factor authentication. Here's how it works in plain terms. You get an email that looks legitimate, maybe about a salary bonus or a shared document. You click on the link and it takes you to what looks like Microsoft's real website, because it is Microsoft's real website. You're asked to enter your code for security verifications. But what you just did granted permission for a hacker's application to access your entire Microsoft 365 account. Your emails, your files, your contacts, everything. But these attacks have increased significantly in volume since September, involving both financially motivated criminals and state-aligned threat actors. Here's what you need to do. Train your employees never to enter device codes into emails or from when you click on an email. If Microsoft needs you to verify something, they will ask you to generate a code, and they'll do this in their program itself, not the other way around. And if you're running a business without proper email security training, and you're leaving your front door wide open. And if you thought this was bad, wait until you hear about the firewall vulnerabilities that are being actively exploited right now to steal entire network credentials. I mean, we're talking about almost every firewall manufacturer here. Your firewall is supposed to be your castle wall, your first line of defense. But this week, we learned that several major firewall brands have critical flaws that hackers are actively exploiting. First up, Fortinet, Internet Security Watchdog Shadow Server, has found over 25,000 Fortinet devices exposed online with FortiCloud SSO enabled amid ongoing attacks targeting a critical authentication bypass vulnerability. That's 25,000 devices that could be compromised. Attackers are targeting admin accounts with malicious single sign-in logins and downloading system configuration files after gaining admin level access. Think about what's in those configuration files, your network layout, your passwords, even if encrypted, your security roles, everything a hacker needs to plan their next move. WatchGuard has warned customers are to patch critical, actively exploited remote code execution vulnerabilities in its Firebox firewalls that enable unauthenticated attackers to execute malicious code remotely on unpatched devices. Here's the kicker. Even if you previously deleted vulnerable VPN configurations, your firewall may still be at risk if certain other VPN settings remain. Here's what you need to do. If your business uses Fortinet or WatchGuard firewalls, you need to patch immediately, and I mean immediately. Stop what you're doing right now. Call your IT person. Call your IT person immediately. Make sure that they're patching these threats. By the way, you have to be using a version of the firewall that's still supported, and you have to have an active support contract to be able to do this. These aren't theoretical threats. Hackers are actively scanning for these vulnerabilities right now. If you're a small business owner thinking, I don't even have a firewall, I don't even know if I have a firewall, that's a red flag. You need a managed services provider like a Faster PC who can monitor these threats and apply patches before you even hear about the vulnerability. Still with me? Good, because we're about to talk about ransomware attacks targeting a type of server you probably didn't even know you were using. Let's talk about Gladinet Sentry Stack. If you're thinking, I've never heard of that, you might actually be using it without knowing. Sentry Stack is software that lets you access your company's file server from anywhere, kind of like having your own personal Dropbox for your business files. The Clop ransomware gang is targeting internet-exposed Gladinet Sentry Stack file servers in a new data theft extortion campaign with at least 200 unique systems identified as potential targets. Here's why that's terrifying about Clop. They don't encrypt your files. They steal them and threaten to publish them online unless you pay them. Your customer list, your financial records, your proprietary information, all posted on the dark web for competitors and criminals to download. Clop has a history of targeting secure file transfer products, previously attacking Accelon FTA, Go Anywhere MTF, Clio, and MoveIt Transfer, with MoveIt campaign affecting 2,770 organizations worldwide. Here's what you need to do. If you use Sentry Stack or similar file sharing services, make sure they're updated and not directly exposed to the internet without proper security. Better yet, have a professional audit your file sharing setup. Now let's talk about data breaches that may actually affect you personally, not just your business. And 700 credit breach. So 700 Credit, a financial services company serving over 23,000 automotive dealerships, will notify more than 5.8 million people that their personal information, including names, addresses, date of birth, and social security numbers, was exposed in data breaches. Think about the last time you bought a car, filled out a credit application. If your dealership used 700 Credit between May and October of this year, your information might be in this breach. The cyber attack occurred after a threat actor breached one of 700 Credit's integrated partners in July. The partner did not inform 700 Credit of the compromise until 700 Credit noticed suspicious activity in October. That's a perfect example of why supply chain threats matter. You can do what you can do right now. You can't do everything right now, but if your vendor gets hacked and doesn't tell you, you're still at risk. So SoundCloud has confirmed a breach affecting numerous data and disrupting VPN access. There's also a Pornhub breach. If you're a Pornhub user, well, your data may be breached and released on the dark web. For the 700 Credit breach, affected individuals should take advantage of the free credit monitoring being offered. For everyone else, freeze your credit if you haven't already. It's free to do, it's easy, and it's the single best protection you can make against identity theft. So here's the thing. We've gone over a lot, and I know that this is really a lot of threats out there. And if you're saying, you know what, I don't even know where to start, I don't know how to protect myself, you need a faster PC. Give us a call, 772-878-5978, and visit our website at fasterpc.com. While there, you can download our free cybersecurity report, as well as schedule a free discovery call with me where we can sit down and talk about how a faster PC can protect your network. We're coming to the end of today's show, but if you've missed any part of this show, want to listen to or watch it again, or want to share it with your friends, head over to our website, afasterpc.com, and look at the top of the page. Right in the middle, there's a red button that says Live Technical Support. Click on that button. On the left-hand side, you'll see various ways that you can actually request live technical support from a Faster PC's technicians. On the right-hand side, you'll see how you can listen to and watch a Faster PC live technical support, including on the radio, on the TuneIn app, on your Alexa or Google speakers, and on our podcast, as well as links to both our YouTube channel and our Facebook page, where you'll not only be able to hear the show, but also see the show. We also have links to our YouTube channel's video page, where you can watch individual segments, and then also our shorts page, where you can watch little snippets of a Faster PC live technical support. We'll be open normal hours, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, 9 to 2, and we'll be closed on Christmas. Have a Merry Christmas. We want to invite you to listen to our church radio show tomorrow morning here on WPSL at 10 a.m. You can listen to other sermons on our church website, covenanttabernacle.com, or our church YouTube channel, Covenant Tabernacle World Outreach Center. If you have any computer questions for next week's show, you can type those into the comments section of our live videos over at YouTube and Facebook. Again, you can get the links to both of those by clicking on the live technical support button at our website, the top middle, and you can request live technical support on that page as well. Computer problems?
Don't you know by now you need a faster PC?
They say this is the most wonderful time of the year. Why? Because God sent his only begotten Son into the world. He came as a babe in a manger, but ended his life dying on the cross so that your sins and my sins can be forgiven. If you don't know Jesus as your Savior, I invite you to repent of your sins and cry out to God for salvation through Jesus Christ.
WPSL, Port St. Lucie.
Returning fire. I'm Paul